Sheila Matthews, Marc J, Bill Rhoden. Thunder in 7. We are in Oklahoma where the Thunder just took the NBA Finals trophy. What a game. What a series. Yeah.
Sad.
Sad.
Asterisk on it, but
yeah, we do have to start with Tyrese Haliburton's very unfortunate incident that happened today during Game 7. It's so sad. Like, you never want to see a player go down, let alone in Game 7. You did catch up with the Pacers in the locker room. What can you tell us about what you saw?
Well, one, he was cooking.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take anything away from the Thunder. They're champs, and congratulations. It's their first championship since they moved here in 2008. So, respect to Sam Presti and the entire team, SGA, everybody there, J-Dub. All of them, Chet, Dort, they're champs, and they'll forever be champs. And, but you can't think of this game without, I think it's going to be always called the Tyrese Haliburton game. Because like I said, he was cooking, but he was playing with risk, and he knew he was playing with risk. And the longer the series go, the more susceptible you are to injury. And when it happened, the team knew.
Yeah.
Everybody knew, the whole world knew. And it was sad and beautiful at the same time to see his teammates go around him. They heard the pop.
Yeah.
They knew what it was. It's the third superstar, Tatum, Damian Lillard, suffered such an injury, but for it to happen in this game when they're so close to a title, definitely is going to forever sting. People got to remember, like, this franchise, Pacers have been around since 1969. They've been in the NBA since 1976. Second finals appearance. Obviously, it's the best performance, but they came up short.
Yeah, and it was a tragically beautiful moment, like you mentioned. And another beautiful aspect was how Shai immediately ran up to Tyrese to check on him. Yeah. You got a comment on that in the presser. What can you tell us about what Shai said?
Yeah, I thought, I thought that was great when somebody asked Shai about Haliburton. And I thought, this is the kind of guy he is. He went over to him. He said, "How you doing?" I knew he wasn't doing well. And then what he said is that you really hate seeing somebody like that go down. And however, I've always had a pretty high opinion of Shai, but that's just who he is. That kind of compassion, that was really just a touching sportsmanship moment, because he knew, and I think that at some point, just as a competitor, he said that I couldn't even imagine being at this stage and going down like that. So I thought that was great. The MVP was great, MVP of both the finals and the season, but to me, that was an MVP moment when he really poured out compassion for a competitor. I thought that was great.
And I talked to Tyrese's father on the phone. It's very emotional. He told me when he went in the locker room to check on his son, I'm like, "What'd you say?" He said, I didn't say anything, I just cried. I said, "What did he say?" He cried. So there was really nothing for us to say. And I asked him, like, "What do you think your son proved to everybody, to the world?" And he's like, "Nothing. We already knew he was on that level." So it was his dad. You could hear it in his voice. You could hear the pain in his voice. And I know they'll forever think, what if?
But it's so tough for man. We talked about this after. So tough for Haliburton. He just can't catch a break. Last series, a year, he was injured playing against Boston. Remember? Then he went to the Olympics. Didn't really play. Kind of healing.
Well, he was on the USA World Cup team before that. That didn't medal.
Yeah, didn't medal. So it's just one thing after another. I do think that in Game 6, when he had that breakout Game 6, I think that's when, for me, he proved a lot. He proved a lot.
He was a tough critic on him.
I was a tough critic on him.
Understandably so.
But that's kind of what we do. We're not there to throw flowers. Like, my question now moving forward for OKC is, can they go back to back? So everybody talks about the small market, but the one thing that cures small market, like Green Bay, the Green Bay Packers was Title Town, USA. Little Green Bay, why? Because they won championships. If these guys could come back and win it again and come back, that's how you make this a destination, by winning.
Well, it's also kind of easier said than done. 2 years ago, we had that conversation about Denver. Last year, we had that conversation about Boston.
Right.
Now it's these guys. But hey, definitely the favorites, and they should be better next year.
Yeah,
because there's no, I can't question them about age and experience anymore.
Yeah.
even though they're still young,
Right.
they're champs.
Yeah, and they are young. But I mean, that's why it's so tough. Nobody's gone back to back in what, this will be like 8 years, 9 years. It's hard with the CBA, but that's why it's tough. But I do think with Shai's 26, Jalen's 24, Holmgren is 23. You know, so I think that it's kind of there for them. But getting back, man, as you see, getting back is probably going to be one of the hardest things they've ever done to get back. Everybody's going to be aiming for them. It's not a cute story anymore. So I'm kind of looking forward. You know, like, I know it's only been 20 minutes, but are you going to do it again? You know, okay, man.
Yeah, they're like, hey, Bill, can we party first?
Right, D.
Can we drink some champagne?
Can they do it again? But this was a long series, a fun, good basketball, but long series. We haven't gotten to game 7.
Yeah, well, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How was your first finals experience?
Oh my gosh, this was...
And you were a great host, by the way, so thank you.
Thank you both so much, seriously, for letting me be
You
alongside two legends.
You might be a godfather
Really
then now.
Uh-oh. Initiating to the NBA.
Yeah.
Love it. But no, it's been a great experience. A great month. We haven't gotten a game 7 in such a long time. So I feel both blessed and honored and lucky.
And you like OKC, you might move here now?
I'm not opposed. I've told everybody who I've met, like, I could live here. I could do a year or two. I said a year or two here. But it's been a great experience, a great month, great basketball. And being able to have my first finals experience and going all the way to a game 7 is an opportunity I always remember. So I appreciate y'all.
And we got people behind the scenes here, Andrew, Hannah. They've done a fantastic job. You know, certainly was a lot of challenges going back and forth to different cities that didn't have any really direct flights. But you don't see them, but flowers to them. They did a fantastic job without much guidance, getting us running this whole series.
Yeah, the reason you can see us is because of them. So big shout out to them and everything they've done for us this entire series. And you know what? Shout out to the Thunder. Their first NBA Finals, franchise first as well. I know Oklahoma is going to be lit outside. Are y'all joining in the festivities tonight?
I got it right. I'm a little scared about going back to my...
I'm going to walk fast.
Tanks and stuff outside?
Yes, tanks. It was right there. They stopped letting people into downtown third quarter-ish. So
I'm going to go right back upstairs and kind of finish. And hopefully by the time I finish, everything will be kind of cool.
Yeah. Congrats, OKC. Congrats to Thunder. My first job was in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, the Tulsa world. So I know how much this means, not just to Oklahoma City, but the state, man. Congrats, Thunder.
Congrats, and congrats to the champs. You can catch Marc at the draft and everything else.
Wednesday.
NBA related coming up. And you can see Rhoden just...
Free agency, a week from Monday.
We'll be at the draft.
Summer League.
There we go.
July 10th.
All right, well, they'll see you
WNBA All-Star.
From everything WNBA and NBA related.
The All-Star game, that's the bridge too far. The All-Star game. That's another segment.
I just got a month, and then I'm gonna disappear.
All right. Well, look, you can catch me in Cabo in a few days.
I was going to ask you about that.
That's where I've been. You've been like, where are you trying to get to?
So you're saying that you keep delaying this Cabo trip? Is that what it is?
It's okay.
Okay.
The beach will be there.
Yeah, the beach will be there. Yep. All right. Well, thanks so much for tuning in with Andscape and the three of us for all of your finals coverage, and we'll see you next year.